Ahoy sailors, I'm back aboard SeaSprite up here in the V berth. And today I'm going to undertake a task that I have been procrastinating about, which is removing the holding tank and the head hoses, etc. So wish me luck. So the holding tank system on these SeaSprites were set up for these bladder tanks, which are actually quite strong and work pretty well. This is the discharge hose, comes out to the Y valve. Y either to direct overboard down there or over to the holding tank. So that goes right there. So that's poop in, and then obviously the holding tank down here, poop out, back up to the deck fill. And then there's the vent, obviously. All right, time to get busy. Yeah, so those hoses are on there pretty good. So I'm breaking out the big guns. I'm gonna put a little heat on them and see if I can get them to release from the fittings. Oh, mother. Oh, there we go. Yeah! As you can see, I've got one of the hoses off. Stop that in there. Well, that was a workout, but it would appear that the holding tank is now free. Just gotta get it out of here without spilling the contents, which should just be antifreeze. Anyway, let's go dump it. Okay, I got that monster out. Now we're just gonna clean it out. Okay, I have a question for you. You see that SeaSprite has this bladder holding tank. They're pretty well regarded. Never had a problem with this one. But as we undertake this refit, it's a great opportunity to consider alternatives. So what would you do? Would you keep a bladder holding tank? It does sort of solve some of the limited storage issues on the boat. You know, when it's empty, it lays flat against the hull, and even when it's full, it doesn't take up a whole locker, and obviously it's a bit conformable. Would you keep that flexible holding tank, or would you come up with a different solution? And if you had a different solution, what would it be? All right, just something to be aware of here. You can see this, you can see the backing plates for both of these through hulls are wood, and they are rotten. At least that one is, and I suspect this one is too. Yeah, so they're coming out. They were coming out anyway. Because I knew that was a problem. Okay, I got the holding tank out and a couple of the head hoses out the other day, and I'm back aboard SeaSprite now. I'm going to try to remove the rest of the head hoses as well as the actual head, the marine toilet. Let's see how it goes. Yeah, so I still got to get this, this is discharge hose. goes back into the head, and then this is the holding tank pump out hose. Also goes back into the head and then back up to the deck fitting for the pump out. Then over here in the head is the actual head, of course, and the discharge hose. There's the raw water hose as well that comes into the pump right here. You can see it, the black hose, black and white hose right there. That's got to go. And then probably take off that drain hose. That's a sink drain. And then here's the tricky bits, of course. There's the vented loop for the discharge. So it comes up from the toilet through the vented loop, back down into the holding tank, of course. And there's the hose that goes up to the deck fitting for the pump out. And this other black corrugated hose, that's the water fill hose. Oh, that's nasty. Yeah. Doesn't that look yummy? Ugh. Well, as usual, I got busy doing stuff and forgot to turn the GoPro on. I got the head out. Yeah, it was not too pleasant. There we have it. All head hoses removed. Mission accomplished. And here in the head. Head is out. Hose is under the sink. Everything is out of there. Okay, thanks for joining me in my struggles with marine sanitation. Quick question for you. I asked already about the holding tank, what you do with that. Also with those bronze seacocks. The seacocks themselves are in reasonably good shape. I could have them refurbished and reinstalled, but is that the right thing to do? I've been thinking about using maybe Marlon or plastic seacocks. There are some advantages to using those, not only from a cost perspective, but they don't have to be bonded. They're not subject to electrolysis. What would you do if this was your boat? Would you reinstall the bronze or would you go with something different? At any rate, thanks for watching as we continue to refit the good old boat that is SV SeaSprite. Hope you'll continue to watch and stand by for more adventures here at Hold Fast Sailing as we hold fast in the boatyard.